Greetings everyone, welcome in this new live dedicated to Mongolia. Let's talk about Mongolia, its music, its art and culture. So welcome here. I will start by playing a little piece while waiting that people join here, and then we will get into some questions that came on Discord. I will have some little news, some little things to share with you. And then there is also some request for some song to be played during this live. So I will play some of the melodies that were requested on Discord. So just for now, while people are coming, I will play a little melody. Yeah, out of tune again. Okay, so hopefully that made people join us here. Hey Bjorn, hey Morris, how are you guys? Nice to meet you here. So yeah, sorry about the finger going on the screen all the time. I still have this problem with the chat of the live that is not staying all the time. So if anyone got an idea on how to keep the chat visible during the live, that if you have this insight, please feel free to share. So hello Anya, hello Magne, how are you? Thanks for joining. I hope you are all doing well today. So I will start with some questions that were on Discord. So the first one is from that kid with Anik. Interesting nickname. The first question was, have you ever wanted to look at Tuvan Altai culture as they are closely related with the Mongolian culture? So of course, I'm very curious about Tuva. I'm very curious about Altai, also about Kyrgyz, about the Kazakh in of course southern Mongolia. All these topics are very interesting. So when it comes to Tuva, I have a very good friend that some of you might know already, Robert, which is very, very, very deep into the Tuvan music, into the Tuvan culture, in history. He is also studying like the Scythian, the origin of this Central Asia and all this Indo-Europe. And so I have kind of my knowledge, my how to say, my information from him. Also here in Mongolia during some occasion, especially the Morin Huur or Homi symposium or the kind of the festival or the folk festival that were here, I had the chance to meet with some Tuvan, especially the guy from Chingirchin, Chilgirshin, sorry. So yeah, I could meet them and I could talk quite a while with them, talk about the Homi, how they sing, the difference with the Mongolian one, some things about legend, the playing of the igil of Tuva compared to the playing of the Merhor, the different melodies and sounds. So I had the chance to meet with some of them. And so even though I'm not in Tuva, even though I'm not a Tuvan researcher or I'm not deep into the Tuvan culture, I still have an eye on it, because of course it's super related. So oh yeah, thanks Magne. Chirgilchin, yeah, okay. That's a little bit difficult to pronounce for me. Too many L and R in the same words. So yeah, I could meet them and that was super great. So of course all that are super related, and like many thousand years ago, there were not this separation like the Mongol, the Tuvan, and all that. It was different. So all this culture, of course, they're very mixed. They're very close to each other. So now in 2020, there is this border, the Russian occupation, the Chinese occupation, and all that. So it's a little bit different, but originally all these culture are really in one box, in one package, if I could say. So of course, it's very important to learn also about them. When it comes to Altai, I don't have too much information about them so far. When it comes to Kazakh, I have two person which I talk frequently that gives me a lot of insight, and a person, Janerke, which is a Kazakh, which is part of the oral ID, oral kind of intention. She helped me with the translation, with the subtitle to correct the mistakes, and she also talk about the Kazakh culture with me from time to time. So I have some insight as well. So yeah, definitely. As we had this big talk on Discord, I think it was yesterday, one cannot just see one little aspect of these cultures. It's very important to have a wide picture, to check not just one instrument or not just one singing or not just one art or something. Everything is very interconnected. Every different parts of the culture are kind of influencing each other, and of course the different tribe ethnic groups, they also influence each other. They sometimes steal something from one another, then claim that it's theirs and then change some stuff and all that. So it's very important to be as open-minded and have a wide idea and interest about all that. So definitely, yeah, to answer the question, of course, I am very interested to look into Tuva, in Altai, and this culture. The thing is, Mongolian culture is already super rich. Tuvan culture is also super rich. Altai culture is also super rich. So to get deep into each of these culture, already just to get deep in one of these culture, that's already super hardcore, kind of, because it's super wide. So I'd rather ask from other person that are deep in these specific cultures to get my information, instead of me kind of spreading my time in too many different aspects, which then might not result into giving that many kind of like, yeah, that might not give too many good results. So I still focus on Mongolia, and then I kind of take information from time to time when I have the opportunity from the culture that are close to Mongolia. So yeah, that's kind of it. Bjorn is saying, I think some YouTubers may have two screens when they live stream, one for chat, one don't know if that is optimal. Yeah, I need to think about it. Maybe I would need to have my laptop on the side or do the live with my laptop or something. I will think about it. But yeah, that might not be super practical for me. So maybe I will just keep doing it like that. But well, that would be fine. Maybe I would find a trick or something like that. I can just push the screen from time to time. So that was for the first question. The second question also from that kid with Anik or with Amik. Sorry if I pronounce incorrectly your name, your nickname. So the second question, would you ever be interested in doing homie throat singing with the Morii? Well, when I actually the homie was the thing that kind of got me interested in this instrument, in the culture. That was not through Mongolia though. That was through the Tuvan band Hoton. So I saw them. I mean no, I heard them from a CD. So I kind of got, as most of you, I guess, started to try to mimic what they do, try to mimic this throat singing, this overtone singing, this harmonic, homie, sigit, and all that. Um, so I've been trying a while. Then I came to Mongolia. I went through many different teachers to learn the throat singing, Mongolian homie and iskire and shara and the kargira. But I don't know. I don't have even though this sound kind of attract me in the beginning. Now I don't have that much enthusiasm about it. I'm not too crazy about singing it that much. So maybe when I will get to sing third, because the third, the epics need to have a kind of a little bit constricted voice. But my third teacher, he told me that it's not always the case. It depends on the different musicians. Sometimes they sing with the normal voice. Sometimes if it's like with the hara. Sometimes it's like with a little bit tight and so on. So there is no hard rules about how to sing the epics. And when it comes to maktal and all that, it's not a requirement either. It's not obligated to sing a maktal with the homie voice or with the shara voice. We're not forced to do that. It's possible to do it with the normal voice or to do it with kind of like a urtindo style or so on. So there is no rules for me. I feel that my voice might be better normal with this urtindo long song kind of style. When it comes to homie, I don't have the will anymore to practice 5 6 hour a day to reach correct level after 5 or 6 years. So well, I'm more comfortable. I have more affinities, I think, with the normal voice and with the long song voice now. And even spiritually, this long song voice talk to me much more in terms of spirituality, in term of, I would say, meditation or the breathing and all that. It's just more natural for me. So I kind of intend to start singing more. As it seems in the previous live, some people heard me sing and said that it was okay. So I'm kind of planning to start to push a little bit my singing skills forward, but I don't think that I will get too deep and too crazy with the homie, with the throat singing and all that. Maybe just a little bit as a hobby or like a little trick or something. But I think that's not really a good idea, because that would not be that respectful for the singing, because it really require a lot of practice, a lot of energy. It really needs to be, it really needs a lot of dedication. So I think that for me, it's best that I just put it on the side, just keep listening to it and researching about it and so on. But for me, I will go on the other side of the voice, if I could say. So yeah, that's kind of it about this Homi and Merhur together. So yeah. And now, third question about that is coming from Discord. Sorry, a question from Bjorn, and he's asking a very original and interesting question. Sorry, what would you say is the perfect chair eight for playing the Merhur? So that's a very unusual question. Well, there I don't think there is a specific perfect height for a chair. What I would say is that it's best that there is no, I would say, there is no thing on the side, to put the hand or the arm. It needs to be open, I would say. That's very important. Another thing is that if it's best that the chair has no movement. So if it's like a stool, that's a little bit best. Not a chair with the wheel or something, because that will be definitely super uncomfortable, and it's not gonna help you be at ease or relaxed when you are playing. So so yeah, and also the thing is, yeah, as I say, you're writing, if you played on a super high chair, indeed that might be like super difficult. Basically, well, I would say, if I'm taking, maybe the chair should be a little bit below your knee, the size of the chair. If or not above your knee. It should be like, yeah. If I take my knee, you see my knee is here, so the chair should come between this area, kind of. If it's higher, then it's definitely gonna be super uncomfortable. And if it's smaller, obviously that's gonna be also kind of uncomfortable. So I would say that the chair needs to be around your knee, kind of the height. So if it's like that, then it should provide with like a little bit more comfort. So, and yeah, if the chair is like solid, not moving, not bending there, maybe no cushion or something, then also the harder the chair, the better it's gonna be to play the metalwood. So that's not gonna be comfortable for your ass, of course, but it's gonna be more stable. So the more stable you are back there, the more comfortable you will be to hold the instrument between the knee. Actually, if the back is moving a lot, then it's not gonna be that comfortable to hold the instrument in a comfortable way. So basically, for the eight, around your knee, not above it, kind of, and solid, not moving, not with wheel. So that's kind of like what I would suggest you. Usually the chair that are used are kind of small, because it's also related to the nomadic culture again, of course. Cannot have a big chair like super fat and so on. So usually we have, as you might know, this kind of stool. So they're not too big, but they're very steady, very stable. Though, so that's kind of like sitting on a trunk or on a big rock or something. So that's kind of related to that. So I hope that it answers the question about the age of the chair. If you have any other little question about that, feel free to ask that. I see that you are on the chat. So if you need some complement of information. So that was the question that were on Discord. So now if there is no other question on the chat, we can move to the next kind of the next step, something that from now on I will implement in every live. So as some of you might have seen the previous just released episode about the practice of the URTIN DUU, I kind of like decided to share, as I was saying in the episode, yeah, playing on the sofa, yeah, that's not too comfortable actually. So about this URTIN DUU practice, I decided when I was sharing the music of the Morin Huur in my center physically with some of my students and everything, I kind of thought of this method with one specific student who came like last year during the summer for like an intensive learning of the Morin Huur. And the idea was to have this kind of interaction, this kind of question answer or something. And that was very interesting because even though he never touched a Morin Huur before, he was able to follow a little bit the melody, and he was able to play something kind of, even though that was an improvisation, that was not a real song or something, he was still able to follow different notes and kind of to have this meditative mood and kind of have the idea by playing together. So I decided to implement that into the Morin Huur show to give insights about this exercise, about the URTIN DUU, about the feeling and the behavior, the posture of the Morin Huur to play that. And as I feel that maybe that would be a lot of work to make an episode of Into the Morin Huur specifically for this, I would say like URTIN DUU practice, I was thinking that maybe it's best just to do a practice like that in the live directly, or maybe later, not putting in the Saturday live, but make another live specifically just for this exercise. So I could be able to give you a lot of exercise very easily. Because as you know, making Into the Morin Huur episode is very heavy in terms of work. Making a live is very simple. So if you are interested, you can also post in the comment below, maybe to make one live like now, the question, answer, the conversation, and some music and stuff. And at another time, make a specific live, also maybe once a week or twice a week for the URTIN DUU practice. So, or just keep only one live in the week and put everything together once a week. So you can think about it and write in the comment below if you prefer to have one live a week with everything together, or separate the question, the conversation, and the URTIN DUU practice. So now we will get into this URTIN DUU practice. So I hope that you all have your Morin Huur ready. So I will not re-explain all the things that were explained in the episode that was just released Friday, the different rules and everything. So we will just get to it. So I will just give you for a little while the note that I have on the Morin Huur so you can tune your instrument. So we are tuned together, and then we will go toward this practice maybe for like a 5 minute or 10 minutes or something. So first we're gonna tune the lower string, or maybe I should put that down a little bit so you can see the instrument a bit more. Yeah, just a little bit higher. So I hope that some of you will join me on this exercise. So first, lower note, lower string. If you are already tuned, well, you can also do this holding of the note just for a warm-up, kind of. Okay, so I think that should be enough. Now the higher string. Check that everything is in order. Pretty okay. Okay, so I hope that you are ready, that you have your motherboard, that you are tuned. I will just drink a little bit and then we can start. So as a quick reminder, fingering is free, bow is free. Just follow the note. You don't need to think. You start to follow when I give the first note. So during the day you can breathe, and well, I will tell you when we will be coming close to the ending. So relax. And if you want to add some ornament, feel free to do it. So I will start very slowly. Hello, how are you? So I will start very slowly, maybe for the first 30 seconds, 1 minute or something. And then once we get into it, I will be a little bit more loose in the improvisation. Today, I think we will just stay on the lower string. We will not get on the higher string yet. So yeah, let's get to it. So remember to relax, find a note. There is no rush. Next one. Fourth finger, or whatever you want. should be a little bit more comfortable, get into the path of the exercise. So I will get a little bit more crazy with the improvisation. So what matters is that you don't need to do exactly the same improvisation, the same notes that I do. Just like if there is too much going on, you can just stay on the current note, and when how to say, when all the crazy things and ornament and all that are done, then you can follow on the next note. So yeah. So now we will have a little bit of more fun, I would say. Now we will jump directly to the octave. Okay, so that was another little URTIN DUU following interactive exercise that you can experiment. So once the live is finished, you can get back to it if you want. You can rewind, get back there. So basically, we will do this kind of exercise in each live. As I said before, it can be a specific live just for that if you want. So I'm open to your suggestion and to what you want. So I hope it was fun. For me, I really like doing this because it's also very calming, kind of like a meditation or something. It's a little bit more fun than just doing the scale. So I really enjoy this exercise. So it's even better when there is an answer for me, having someone physically being able to hear what she or he is what she or he is doing. So also being able to see what the person is doing and then adjusting. If the person got difficulties, then I can slow down, I can be a little bit more peaceful. And if the person start to get into it and be more comfortable, then I can get more crazy and do more complex stuff and all that. So it's a very interesting communication. And that's definitely what the URTIN DUU, the long song, is about. It's really connecting with the singer, being able to follow what that singer is doing. So basically what I do is kind of doing as if I would be a singer, and then you need to follow what I do. So basically you will be able later to follow any singer, any melody, because then you get trained to react kind of on the note that is coming and all that. So from my experience, so I used this method for a year and a half with a few dozen of people, and even a little boy, like he's 9 or 10 years old. After 2 months, he was able to follow URTIN DUU, kind of. So of course not perfect, missing some notes and all that, but after only 2 months, he was able to follow the main idea of URTIN DUU. So that's pretty awesome, in my opinion, and so that's why I kind of share that. So I will just check the chat a little bit, see if there is anything going on, and then I will play a bit of music for you. So Magne, I wish I were at home so that my horse could also join. Oh, you're not home, Magne. I thought that you would be playing with us. So we'll definitely join next time. The exercise is awesome. I'm glad you like it. I'm sure that it can really help you relax and build your bow smoothness and find the notes and change the sound. It's also, this exercise actually, it's like a all-in-one package. I mean, it's gonna influence so many things, not just the URTIN DUU. It's actually gonna influence how first. The relaxation is super important. It's gonna help you get more sound, get a full sound, not having this like this kind of sound that a lot of people that are starting the Morii, they kind of get this very weird sound like so this exercise really gonna help you find the connection with your bow and find this full sound that we want, the white step. So this exercise or this practice is seriously helping a lot, and it's also gonna help you for the maktal, for the praise, for the bilge, for the Tatlaga and everything. So this exercise is like super awesome, like, because it's gonna influence a lot of things. And as actually Sammy was talking with me a few days ago, he was saying, yeah, I'm not too interested in URTIN DUU and all that, but actually this exercise is also gonna help you learn new maktal, learn new bilge, learn new Tatlaga in a glimpse, because you will have this philosophy of, I hear what's going on, I can play directly. So of course it's gonna be related to how good, to how high is your skill on the instrument. But once you reach a certain point where most of the techniques you can do it with ease and you're comfortable with it, basically you can just hear one song 1 or 2 times and then it's there directly. So this exercise is seriously like pure gold. I mean, that's anyway. I'm talking too much as usual. So hey Martin, how are you? Glad to see you here. Hello Blaviken. Whoa, cool. There is quite a bunch of people here. I'm super happy. It felt a bit like a yoga exercise. Yeah, actually, again, this gonna really help you get the beta frequencies of your brain go lower, so you can be more enlightened. So this exercise is again for me it's pure love. I mean, I love that, and now I'm doing this one day, one URTIN DUU. I plan to go until 100. That's my goal. And playing the URTIN DUU, following all that, that's so freaking awesome. I mean, that's what this instrument was made for. It's like I mean, wow. Well, I guess you know what I mean. So yeah, I already see how that. Let me get rid of my Viking rhythm. Yeah, definitely, that's gonna help put this white step, this tranquility, kind of this like Mongolian mood inside, and yeah, indeed get rid of this like pop, 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 this super fast and harsh and violent, sometimes. As we saw on the Discord, like recently, that guy playing like so crazy, like, I mean, wow. It's like he's killing someone or something. So yeah, this is very important to have this smoothness kind of on the instrument. So now I guess I can play some of the songs that were requested on the Discord. So to talk a little bit about that, my idea is that as now the questions on the live are getting scarce a little bit, the idea is that I may play more music for you guys. So the live would be composed of few questions in the beginning. Once we talked a little bit, then we can get to this URTIN DUU practice. And then after that, some reaction or so if there is, and then I can play the different few different songs that you have selected on the Discord. So yeah, that's kind of the idea of the new structure, I would say, of the live. And Bjorn is saying playing fast on an instrument requires softness as well, at least from my experience with other instruments. And yeah, again, indeed, to play fast pieces, first we need to learn it correctly in a very slow pace. We cannot learn directly super fast because then it's gonna build like stress in the muscle. The movement not gonna be accurate. The notes will not be found that well because when we play fast, then if we make mistakes, as it's super fast, the mistake goes away very fast. So it's not giving a good result. The slower you play, the faster you will be able to play later. So I'm never saying that enough. Always repeating, play slow, take time. And also, again, we will see that in the next episode, actually, about the Tatlaga. The playing of the Morin Huur is not about going back and forth crazy. It's often a very long bow. Even in Maktal, even in Tatlaga, it's not like ta 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 ta. This idea is not really Morin Huur. So changing that, having long bow, really gonna help you change how you sound. It's really gonna help you sound more Mongolian, more like the steppe, more like, because the URTIN DUU, again, it's very connected, and the bilge and all that. Even if there is accent, the bows are very deep, and we tend really to pull and to push like the full bow to really get the full sound. So that's very important. Blaviken is asking, oh yes, I asked. In the last live, I asked about the red seal. Did you know now why there are red? By the way, your seals on Instagram are beautiful. Thanks a lot. So yeah, I asked actually. The thing is, I wasn't sure back then because I wasn't sure. So I asked to Altan Tuya actually, and she reminded me that some of the thing I had in mind was correct, and remind me about something that I had forgotten. So about the red ink. Why is it red? Because the red is symbol of the blood and of the fire, and these symbols kind of this mark kind of symbolize symbolize strength. So it's kind of like putting the strength like this. It's more fire than blood, to be honest. With Mongolian, there is a lot of things connected with the fire, especially within the Gir. So the fire is the location of the guardian spirits of the family that lives in that specific yurt. It's also carry the lineage kind of the family, so the grandparents, the grandparents, and all that. And of course, without fire, there is no life. The fire is what makes the tea, is what makes the warmth during the winter, it's what makes the food and all that. So the fire is a very, very big symbol, of course, in Mongolia and in many other ancestral culture. So this red is the symbol of this strength. So as we add, you might know also, Blaviken, I think you are French. In France, we have this seal with the ring on the wax of the candles. It was red as well. So it's always a symbol of power. That's a very powerful color. So that's what it is about. The thing is, there is, I will not have an example actually. The red, the tamar, the seal, the seals can be red, and the text in the tamar, in the seal, because sometimes it was with writing inside. So, for example, I don't know, like Morin Steve, Morin Huur, or whatever, or maybe like a little proverb or whatever it can be, depending on the owner of the tamar and so on. So the writing could be red, so full red, or actually the writing could be white, and white by making an outline of the words. So there would be only the outline in red, and inside that would be empty. So that would be the white color, the color of the paper. So there is these two kind of seals, and there is another color that is possible on the tamar for official paper and so on. That's the blue color, and the blue color actually is kind of a bad omen. So it was used actually if you write in the blue color, not in black, not in red, but in blue, that's kind of like a bad omen. It's kind of like we can know directly by just looking at the paper. The paper is white, the ink is blue, the tamak, the seal is blue. It's gonna be a bad news, bad something. So it can be a declaration of war. It can be the idea that the person who wrote say that the father or the grandmother of the destinary is he passed away, or there is a plague or something. So basically, if you write in blue with a blue tamak, with a blue seal, that's gonna be to spread to give bad news or bad omen or something like that. So usually we never write in blue. Usually that's a dark blue, and we never put the stamp in the blue because that's like bad omen, bad news kind of. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. So I wasn't sure last time, and I forgot about the blue thing actually. I saw it before, but I didn't remember back then. So Altan Tuyashi reminded me of these things. So I totally forgot to write in. So thanks for asking again, because I forgot to give you the information. So I hope that it answers the question, Blaviken. And Bjorn is asking, is there a good exercise you recommend for the hammering ornament you do during the URTIN DUU? Okay, so, okay, for the hammering of the URTIN DUU, I guess I can spoil you a bit, guys, and give you the info right now. That's my secret, and that's the secret that my teacher told me. Basically, you do that all the time. Once you did that 1,000 million times, then you are ready to do it on the Morii. So basically, I'm half kidding, but when my teacher Shinsok, he told me about that, told me do that all the time, and this and moving and like that. You walk in the street, you do that. You're sitting watching a movie, you do that. Your left hand now should never stop doing this all the time. So that's the first thing. And then actually, yeah, that's a bit tricky, because the thing is that this hammering is kind of like connecting with the I love, because Magne is saying my finger already hurt. So yeah, basically normally you should be able, if you never did that before, you should be able to do that for around 20 seconds, and then it's gonna be burning. So the thing is that this hammering is kind of connected with the vibrato a lot. So if you cannot really do the vibrato, don't get into the hammering yet. First, you need to master the vibrato, because the hammering will come, actually the hammering, the tsohilt, it's called tsohilt in Mongolian. This tsohilt is directly coming from the vibrato, kind of, because usually first on a note, we will start by making the vibration. So basically, the first you need to get this vibrato ID, and then this kind of hammering will come in extension of the vibrato, kind of. So first, I would suggest you not to get too crazy about this hammering. I know that it can be tempting and all that, but if you really want to be efficient, fast in your learning, and get in the right direction, I would suggest you to work more on the vibrato. So for the vibrato, again, as we just talked, it's about being very slow in the beginning. So for the first finger, so basically you're never gonna be crazy, or your wife, or whatever, or your husband if you are a girl who learned the Morin Huur. But you really need to get this ID, because that's really this movement, kind of. So the difference with, for example, the Southern Mongolian, they do this. They kind of make a slide, because they use a lot of slide. But Mongolian, they don't do this, because then it's gonna be very complicated to do the tsohilt. And the thing is that Southern Mongolian, to do this tsohilt, they do it like that with the bow. And that's why a lot of Southern Mongolian piece, they have a lot of, they use the bow very fast, a lot. So actually a lot of ornamentation in Southern Mongolia is made with the bow, not with the fingers. So I say that because there was a guy on Discord that were kind of going in the Southern Mongolia style, and he was asking some difference and so on. So that's why I just give you the info now. So for the vibrato, again, very slow. So you do that a while until it gets in the muscle memory kind of. So you can put a metronome eventually to have a regular oscillation on your hand and gradually go faster. Then a big warning: be careful not to do this. Sorry, a lot of people, a lot of person, when they are learning the vibrato, they are doing this, and this is awful. I mean, for me, this is super awful. That's not pleasing for the ear. So because that's kind of like stress of the hand, you know. So it's best to start slowly, and then as you get comfortable, you can do it at you can do it. Yeah, magnet, that's what I do. Yeah. You will get there, you will get there. So that's very important to be more slow, like that. And then you can add this hammering. So usually the hammering is with in 70% of the case, it's made with the small finger, with the pinky. Yeah, we would never really do it with the second finger like that. Because as you can hear, that's not gonna sound as sharp like the voice sound. And with the third finger, that's also possible, but not as comfortable in my opinion. The sound is totally different. So basically there is kind of, with the third finger, that might be for certain case, but most of the time it's with the small pinky, with the small little finger, because that's how the this like very sharp, very clean, well, not mine, but the idea, this very sharp kind of like hammering will get better with the pinky. So yeah, that's kind of it. So I hope that it answered the question. I went a bit deep about that. Mr. CC, salut Steve, comment ça va? Tu saurais me dire comment est accordé le Morin Huur? Là, mon Morin Huur, il est accordé en Ré, Sol, en La 432, donc Ré, Sol. Sinon, de manière générale, c'est un Fa, Si bémol. Donc si Mister Sissi, si vous, pardon, si vous voulez plus d'informations sur l'accordage du Morin Huur de manière générale, sur mon channel, ouais, il y a une émission qui s'appelle Into the Morin Huur et ça parle de comment accorder, comment tenir l'instrument, etc. Donc vous pouvez regarder et il y aura toutes les informations avec des sous-titres français. Donc vous pouvez jeter un œil et vous aurez normalement une grosse partie de vos réponses à vos questions. Voilà. So yeah, he was asking about he or she was asking about the tuning, about the tuning of the Morin Huur. So maybe I can play some melodies for you guys now, or not. What do you think? So the first melody that was asked and required is the Hoton Bii Ich Tatlaga. Yeah. I will get a bit back there. Okay. So I got a little bit disturbed. I need to put some rosin actually on my bow. So I will do that. I got a little bit disturbed during the playing because it wasn't sounding how it should be. So I was thinking, damn, I need to put some rosin, and then I did some mistakes. Sorry about that. So you can see how I make the rosin. Some people also used to ask how much should I put, how much rosin should be on the bow and so on. Okay, I'll put that. So okay. So another piece that was required was the Urianhai Satsal, also a bilge. So Urianhai Satsal. So Urianhai Bii Satsal. Now, there is another request. Damn, I need to sing. I'm so shy. Another request is Juurai Gelden, also Hoton Bii, Hoton Erdene Hoton song. So Juurai Gelden. So, Juurai Gelden. Okay. Another request is Jonon had. So usually I play the Jonon had with Saroltal in the middle. This time I will play it with Erdene Zaskionak. So, Jonon Haar with Erdene. That's a little bit different from the usual one, which use Sarultal, but that's also interesting, I think. Okay. So another request was Burhan Yawdal, which I actually said that I would play for a while now. I don't know if there is some people writing something. No? Okay. So I said that I would play it for a while. So today is the day. With Onchin Цагаан Бодго. And Onchin Цагаан Бодго was also a piece that was required. So let's get to it. Burhan Yawdal. So, with a little bit of tuning that goes off during the song. Okay, so hey from Bologna, greetings from Indonesia. That's super awesome. So just now with that, actually, I went a bit crazy. I did I mixed up some stuff right now. I don't play the piece super frequently. So I messed up some part in the beginning. I swapped some stuff. So don't take it as a reference. Kind of mixed it up a little bit. So we now the last piece, maybe the last piece that was requested, which is, so we saw the horse before the Jonon. We saw the horse. Now we just saw the camels, and now the piece is about bull. So the cow, the male cow, bull, and it's called Mongol Buh, and it's in quint. So in fifth. My instrument is a little bit like getting out of tune a little bit. Yeah, okay. I don't play the piece also too often, so that's good for me to practice these pieces. So that was Mongol Buh. So it's about cow. So the idea that's kind of like a male cow that is a little bit that want to mate. So it's kind of like I would say kind of like digging the ground and showing that is the male, that is the alpha of the herd and so on. So that's kind of the idea behind this Tatlaga. So it really does have the personality of a bull in the sound. Yeah, that's this piece is also super interesting because there is some double string stuff that are a little bit unusual, like this. So that's a very unusual thing to do. So that's pretty interesting. So yeah, that song is super cool. There was actually a last request. Should I try or not? The Balchin Heeriin Domog. Should I try it or not? Because it's not perfect. It's definitely not perfect. So yeah, I don't know. What should I do? Okay, let's do it. It's gonna be a practice. Yana. So, yeah, that was the last piece, Balchin Heeriin Domog. So the 11 verse. So the ending, as you might see, as you might have heard, I'm still trying to figure it out because it doesn't exist yet. And some bridge and stuff, I'm still like working on it because there, I never, as I told in a previous live, I never, how to say, really found any complete version of it. So I'm kind of like composing, trying to put things together. But at some point I need to try to sing it in front of people and so on. So yeah, that's also a practice for me to play it. And as someone asked, I think that was Bjorn, I hope you don't regret to request that song, Bjorn. So definitely I will do my best to, how to say, to make it better and work on it in the future. So yeah, that's it, I think, for all the requested song and the questions and everything. So I think that it's gonna be the end. I'm just checking if there is any reaction on the live or something. Actually, I sang and people went away, so I'm I'm ashamed. Sorry about that. So yeah, I think that's it for today's episode. I hope that you enjoyed, that you learned some interesting things. No, I think it's one of my fav from the song I found on YouTube. Okay, yeah, I hope that I didn't mess it up too much. I do my best with the stress and the anxiety of singing in front of people, even if it's not direct. So yeah. So I hope that you don't regret. For me, that's cool. I like the song. The lyrics are very meaningful. It's funny because it's kind of, to make a long story short, not to translate every single line, just to give an idea, that's That's a guy that is a kind of young guy. He got a grandmother, a grandfather. The grandmother and grandfather, they are quite rich, um, and they will pass. They passed away actually. But the thing is that the young guy, he will inherit all the money, all the rich, all the goods of the grandparents. So he will actually kind of become super arrogant, super full of himself and boast everywhere. Because in the richness of the grandparents and the family, there is this Balchin here. Balchin is the guy, and the Heer is the horse. Uh, and Balchin have a very good Heer, very good horse, and the horse is like super fast, super perfect. The Joroo is the amble is like super perfect, is not moving. So basically, what it's saying is like the guy is kind of becoming a super drunk. He's gonna drink a lot. He drinks as much as if he would drink a full lake. So the first two paragraph talk about that. Then it's kind of like he will boast in the region. He will boast. He will tell, "Yeah, my horse is the best. I have the best horse of the area. My horse is so beautiful," and blah blah blah. So he will talk a lot about. He will praise his horse too much, and then a rich guy from another place will hear about that, and he will kind of want to purchase to get that horse. And then it's like saying, yeah, my horse is so good. We can I'm actually translating the line, right? So we can know his greatness, how he make the turn of the Balha Lake. And it's like, yeah, is we put a cup of milk on his back, and he's not spilling anything. He's riding super fast. So kind of like that. Then it's kind of saying, yeah, he got too drunk. He got totally wasted actually, and then he will talk too much about this horse. He will say too much about it. Yeah, that's like that. And by that, actually, when he's like kind of wasted, this super rich guy will come and kind of challenge him. Like, oh, but is it really true what you're saying? Are you not just like being super full of yourself or something? So the rich guy will challenge that Balchin, and he will kind of provoke him, because the rich guy is smart. He knows, he sees that the Balchin is totally wasted, totally drunk. So he will push the anger of the drunk. He will push this very kind of like a wasted mind to its limit. And then this Balchin will play in the end of that rich guy. So he will lose his horse, he will sell it, and then it's like now it's gone. He lost everything, even his horse. He lost everything. And yeah, it's like then. So now we went through seven verse, and then the last 8, 9, 10, 11, it's kind of like giving the philosophy behind this little story. So it's like the alcohol is very dangerous. It can break someone very confident. It can absorb someone that is very simple-minded. And then yeah, that's like the person who drinks is the shame of the lineage, is the shame of the country, is the shame of the region kind of. So that's kind of a very shameful person. And then it's like from all people that are listening to what I'm singing, so almost the last verse is kind of like talking directly to the audience, saying, okay, everyone from every generation, the young, the same as me, the eldest, don't touch the alcohol, don't touch alcohol, don't make friend with the devil. So that's almost the last verse. So that's very, that's very concrete. And yeah, it's like really don't touch the alcohol and don't make friend with the devil. And then the last verse, the one that I kind of sang in long song style, which I'm still not too confident about it, but the meaning is like, it's very interesting because then in this song, in that verse, there is the introduction of the tsor, the flute. And it's saying that that Balchin is super sad. He lost everything. He totally messed up, and he's saying that only the sound of the tsor can ease me. Kind of only by the echo of the tsor I can be peaceful again. So that's super interesting. And then the last two lines, it's like my pretty horse, my amazing pretty horse. I can't even look at his shadow or at his silhouette. So yeah, that's like that's super nice. That's super cool. That's super cool. Yeah, Bjorn, actually, well, maybe I should not say that on the live. Yeah, that could be a lie. That could be a movie. Actually, one of my ambition on the very long term, if I can find money, find sponsor or something, I want to make short film of the URTIN DUU, the legend like that. Because when I will finally release my book, you will see that most URTIN DUU, they are really telling stories like that. It can be movies, it can be short film, it's super amazing. And that's one of my goal actually, but not in a close future, because it really required equipment, money and everything, but I've been already talking about that. I would really want to make short film, because that's my major. Actually, I'm director of movies and doing computer graphics and all that, as some of you might know. And when I read these texts and I translate them and I see all the philosophy behind it, definitely that can make super interesting short film. I don't want it to be a 2-hour movie. I don't think that's smart to do so, but maybe between 5 to 15 minutes. It can be very cool to or maybe make a clip, sing the song and kind of like, how Michael Jackson did his clip, like singing a part, then a part of movie and part of singing and part of video and stuff. Maybe like that, I don't know, but yeah, that's definitely something that is super amazing, because the text, the script, the script is, I mean, it's ready. There is no need to write anything. It's the writing is already super amazing. So yeah, that's really like a movie stuff. So yeah, I thought that if I play it, I could not just give it like that. I would need to explain and tell a bit about what it is. As you know me now, I don't like to just throw a melody without giving all the backstage, all the behind the scene of the melody, the words and all that. So yeah, that's super cool. So I think that's it for today. Again, 1 hour 40, 50, damn, that's too fast. That's so fast. So for real now, that's the end. So I hope that you enjoyed. As usual, feel free to like and share this live if you enjoyed it. If you want to spread it to people that might be interested of the content that you just saw today. Also, remember to put in the comment or on Discord, but in the comment of this video, that would be more helpful for me to get the feedback. If you want this URTIN DUU practice to be in this live on the Saturday, or if you prefer to separate the practice, maybe make a new playlist on YouTube, like URTIN DUU live practice or something like that. So it might be easier for you to find it, or do we keep everything in the live on the Saturday? So please give me a feedback on that, so I can know how to do it in the future. So tell me about that, and join Discord if you want more information, more conversation, more sharing of information and all that. Join the Discord. Link is in the description. And until next time, may the blessing of the eternal blue sky be upon you. Bye bye.